Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Winter Pride 2021. I'm Scala Kitty. I'm going to be your host for the next few runs, and we're going to be starting off with Fire and Ice by Dijonketchup. Dijon, would you like to tell us a little bit about this game?
Hi, I am Dijon, and this is Fire and Ice, which is a puzzle platformer for the NES. It's a late NES release. It is actually in Japan known as Solomon's Key 2. If you've ever played Solomon's Key, it's not a very good game, but this is. But yeah, this is the sequel to Solomon's Key. They didn't name it as such in the US, though. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like a brief introduction to the game. Time will start when I press the start button, so if you can count me in.
Absolutely. So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So, you can see we've got some flames. We got your fire. You got your ice. It's right there on the box. So yeah, the objective is to destroy all the flames in the level using ice. And the game works on sort of a grid system. Like, character movement is like tile-based. You know, all the flames are a tile, all the ice is, made of tiles. So it's got varying levels of movement. But it's like pretty simple. But the puzzles themselves are not simple. This is World 1, so it's World 1 is simple. It's like an introduction to the game, basically. It's kind of teaching you some of the basic things you can do with the ice. Your character can create and destroy ice blocks, but only ones that are diagonally left or right and down. So you can't create, say, an ice block directly next to you or directly under you. It has to be under you, to the left, or to the right. Which makes strategy much more of a thing. But as you can see, a lot of the basics being shown off in the first world. There's gravity, there's pushing ice blocks, there's making and destroying ice. This game has it all.
And what do you need except real ice magic?
Yeah. And towards the end of the world, you get a little bit more that you have to think about in terms of, order of operations. Order of operations is a big thing in this game, which you'll see as we go on. We are now on the first boss. As you can see, there's some flames at the bottom. Those are gonna rise and slowly engulf the stage. So you have to get rid of all the flames before that happens, which isn't gonna be difficult for us. Like, there, we've already gotten it. So, yay, World 1 done. There's also this framing device that this whole thing is a, story being told by a grandmother to her grandchildren. So there's layers to this. But the tile sets and the flames and the music change with each world. So you'll see a different flame each world, different music will play for each world. It's really nice. They put a actual like nice bit of charm into the game, and well, the music slaps. But yeah, we are into World 2, and you really start to see the order of operations and making sure that you don't delete too much ice so you can actually... oh, I guess one other thing I should mention about the mechanics of the game is Dana, your character, can climb up one tile. Just one. So that is how you navigate through the stage, as you can see going up and down. And ice blocks that are one tile can be pushed, as you can see. But if you've got an ice block that's two tiles, you won't be able to push it. Instead, Dana will climb up it if it is a one tile high, piece of ice. This is a very important thing throughout the game, because as the game progresses, it requires you to utilize the space in different ways more and more. And again, that's something you'll see examples of in future levels. You'll also see that when you place an ice block up against the wall, it sticks to the wall. So there's a lot of strategy involved in how ice blocks are made and used. And you can see some of the interesting stuff here, like we went around so we could drop that guy down. And
you can't directly place the ice on top of the flame. You have to actually...
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
And my brain farted right there, so,
It's okay, you got there.
it's fine. It's hard to do this game optimally in a speedrun because you have to memorize... There are 100 levels, so that's 100 puzzles you have to memorize. And it can be real easy to forget. And, like, even the world record run, has a few levels that they reset. Which, resetting levels is mercifully pretty easy, because you just have to press start and select try again. But with that, we are on to the boss of World 2. And it's a little different from the last boss. As you can see, we've got these little thingies that are floating back and forth. Not a big problem for us, though.
If you touched one of those, would you have, like, died?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you die if you touch flames.
Oh, I like these guys. These little flamies are cute.
Yeah, the mlem flames.
Mlem.
They're pretty cool. Mlem. They mlem. But yeah, you see there, I had to, like... Oop, forgot to put that back. I had to make sure to add enough ice that I could climb back up. Just call me an ice climber.
No. We need. Don't you need 2 friendos for it to be ice climbers?
Well, I just said ice climber.
Oh, okay.
One of them already fell off.
Oh no!
But yeah, so we get to explore the space a lot more going forward. As you can see, we're making sure that we can get rid of the flames, but also climb up, which is, you know, why you gotta make extra ice blocks in places.
I like how the gravity doesn't kick in while you're holding the ice.
Yeah, gravity is interesting. And so, like, here's another example of, like, thinking steps ahead. You have to make a little... fill an indentation with ice so you can make a movable ice block to drop down. And now we can take care of these flames easily. There's a lot of... This game has a lot of setup in its various stages, as you can probably see. Like, I had to set up this ice block to be, like, 2 tiles wide, so that it could make a stair that I could climb up. Otherwise, I would be stuck. So it's things like that that you kind of have to, like, figure out and learn how to work with. And this is another, like, interesting level about how the mechanics work. So, we are making sure that this flame is nice and suspended while we go back and forth, so that we can get the flame to drop while we are on a particular side of the level. And we can get rid of it. Ta-da! I had to do that a little longer because I forgot to remove that ice block that it fell on, but no problem. And here's something that you may not realize you can do, is in that corner you can put an ice block through the wall, basically, because of how the corners work. And you need to put that there to stop an ice block that you push, so that it goes where you need it. Like, that's one of those things that's like, you really may not realize that you can do that, but it is necessary for at least one level. Might be... Actually, no, it's necessary for a couple more levels, too. And the game doesn't really explain any of this to you. So some mechanics you kind of just have to figure out. And we are on World 3's boss. Basically, the bosses alternate between levels where you have to defeat all the flames while fire is slowly crawling up towards you, and the other ones where you have the little enemies that are moving around. So all the odd number ones are like this. And we're moving on to World 4. And
You can spice flames.
the
Oh! Tubes.
The way that tubes are a new mechanic that you get introduced to here. And I set things up so that I had that extra ice block there. But also, if you saw me going back and forth, there is a determined way that I, would go all the way to one end and make the ice, and then go all the way to the other end to start destroying the ice. And that is just kind of a little optimization, because Dana, in part of his movement, is that he sort of moves in a, in this, tile-based environment. The way he moves is that he basically kind of moves like a sort of, I guess, frame at a time. So, each button push does, one action. And if you are... I deleted the wrong block there. If you turn around, if you press the opposite direction, he just turns without moving. Which is very helpful for some of the puzzles in this game. So you don't, accidentally run into a flame.
Also, chat saying this would be a very boring bedtime story. This would be a perfectly fine bedtime story.
So Dana pushed another ice block, and then he pushed it again.
And then he carefully went through the tube. I don't know. I'd read it.
And then he learned that he could put ice through the corner of the wall.
Then he gave the ice a good old-fashioned kick right into the flame.
I remember when ice was invented. But anyway, here you see me going back and forth to make the blocks, and then going back to destroy them. And the reason for doing this is, like I said, it's a little optimization. That's because of how Dana uses, a frame or whatever to turn around. So you want to do as much going in one direction as you can before turning around. Because it's a mini optimization that saves time. Also, here's a mechanic that took me forever to learn, is you can climb up one tile into a pipe. I got really stuck on this level. I didn't get very far when I played this as a kid, but as an adult when I played this, I had to go on YouTube and look up how to do this level, because I didn't know you could climb up a tile into a pipe.
You just gotta, get in there. It's fine.
And, once you know that, it's like, oh, okay, this is a lot easier. But we gotta do a lot of setup to get that ice block over there, and then we have to clear this path back up so that we can push one of those ice blocks on that whole pile we made earlier.
We saw a little bit of the lore at the beginning of this. So Dana is a winter spirit who's the fires are out here just causing trouble.
Yeah, so an evil wizard named Drudel
Okay.
attacked Coolmint Island, and so they summoned a novice wizard named Dana to take care of it. Also, this is a really fun level, because you do all this and make bridges and stuff to push ice, and you never use that top pipe ever.
Oh,
It's
no. Oh.
it's druidal, like druid with the LE on the end. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Ghosties.
Also, this is like the worst boss level.
Oh.
I hate it.
I got so excited by ghosties, I didn't realize it could be a terrible boss level.
It takes a long time, and it's just... Anyway, here you have to utilize corner icing again. You know, the thing that you may never have known that was possible, but you wouldn't have gotten to this point if you didn't know, so... IDK, my BFF Jill. So, piling up ice, lots of ice. So yeah, lots of setup required for this. It's not a difficult level per se, it's just kind of annoying. Also, I set up an extra ice block here so that one ice block doesn't fall into the fire below, because that takes more time. Anyway, meet the new flame.
Oh.
They're adorable.
That's basically the sound I made is basically how I imagine them going, oh.
They look very wary of the situation, as they should, because I am, like, systematically destroying them.
Yeah, I would also probably be very worried of the situation if I was one of, like, these little flame friendos.
Yeah. It is... I don't know how things work in, Coolmint Island, or, you know, in the world of Fire and Ice, or Solomon's Key in general. But there is a distinct possibility that Dana is a war criminal. This is another tricky level, so you kind of have to work with what you got.
And the ice can never go inside the tube?
Nope. Ice can block tubes, though.
Ah, we can't, like, boba this situation up and just suck the ice into the tube.
Now, also, what boba are you getting that you have, like, chunks of ice as the incentive?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the same concept. Like, of having, like, a piece of ice go up the straw, like you would with, like, the boba pearl going up the straw.
Also, this level, has a solution that you probably wouldn't immediately, guess, because you don't use, like, any of the right side space.
See, now I'm wondering if there actually is cube-shaped boba, or if it's only round.
I'm sure there's cubed. Also, order of operations being a big thing in this game. You have to open up that hole so you can drop an ice block down, then repair the hole to move an ice block over to the side, then make the hole again to go down. You have to do it in that order. Like, there is no other option. And, we've got more pipes.
Alright, I'm back from Google. So, While there isn't necessarily cube-shaped boba, there is coffee jelly,
Oh,
which does come in cubes. And you can put in your tea very much like boba.
I don't like any of this. I am not a fan of boba because I have like weird texture issues
Oh,
with
totally
food,
understandable. Yeah, 100% understandable.
and boba does not sit well with me.
That I can understand. I like the fruity pearls are like the ones that I like. There was a boba place where I used to live where they had a drink called unicorn lemonade, and it was just like a ton of like different flavors of fruity boba pearls with lemonade. So anytime the pearls would like burst, it would taste like a different fruity lemonade. That one I really liked.
I messed up order of operations there, so it took me a moment. So again, your order of operations very important. This is a very order of operations level because you have to make a platform for this thing to drop on so you can get around it and then drop it further down. Also, do you like pipes?
Yes. Yes! Yes! Pipes, 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 pipes.
This is the Danny Boy level because the pipes are calling.
Dijon, please.
I try it, yeah.
Alright, I will borrow this from chat. This level is piping hot.
I get it. So, we're becoming an expert on pipes. And here is another example of you can climb up one tile into a pipe. I'm not sure what the instruction manual has to say about any of the mechanics, honestly, because like I actually owned this as a kid. It was one of those like previously. Oh, that was an extra input that didn't need to happen. I should have shown while I was falling. I should have shown you Dana's death animation.
Is it highly entertaining?
It's kind of funny. I may show it off later, just because. But yeah, it was like one of those Blockbuster previously rented games that I got when they were getting rid of it. I don't remember if it had the manual, but if it did, I sure as heck don't remember the manual. I wish I still had that, because even though it had a big Blockbuster sticker on it, in the box, that game is worth a lot these days.
Ooh, these little flames are grumpy. Oh, now we have furnaces.
Yeah, these are, jars?
Yes, they are jars, yes. Jar? With quotation marks around it? I went to go find the manual, like a PDF version of it.
I did something wrong. Not sure what I did. There we go. I was on the wrong side. That's what I did wrong. But yeah, this being a later NES title is pretty rare. Last time my local game store had a copy of this cartridge only, which would have been like 2019, 2018, before the big boom during the pandemic. Cartridge itself was like $130, $140.
That's the thing.
Yeah. There are a lot of games that I owned when I was younger, but had to sell to do things like eat, that are worth quite a bit now. Like my boxed copy of this game and my complete in-box copy of DuckTales 2 for the NES. Which, I would love to replace, but it's like $600 to do that. So, not happening anytime soon.
That's like Scrooge McDuck money.
Yeah, really. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2, I didn't own, but it is also, like, the same price. Because late NES games.
Late NES games.
But the good news is, DuckTales 2 and Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2 are both on the Disney Afternoon Collection, available on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. And Fire and Ice is actually on the Nintendo Switch Online.
So see, if anyone of y'all out there likes this game and you want to go play it, that's how you can go play it.
Yep, it is easily accessible. I do not know why, of all games, they chose to put this one on. But you know what? I'm not complaining. Because
it's cute. Cute little quirky puzzle game. Why not? Why not Fire and Ice?
also in my talking, I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
Oh no.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah, it's a good game, and I like speedrunning it, but, like, to get a, like, really competitive time, you have to, like, really focus and, like, not talk much. Also, this is a clever solution. And, I mean, I say competitive, but, like, the leaderboard has, like, 2 runs on it, so... And the world record is far from optimized. Because there's a couple levels that the guy has to reset. And our order of operations paid off again.
Oh yeah.
Another big order of operations thing, because you gotta do it. Yeah, no, like, there's literally 2 runs on it. So this level does something clever that I don't think you really see in another level. But you have to push this block over, and then make another block so you can delete it, and then make it again so it's stuck to the wall. And that's just really neat, and they don't really utilize that much. But that's a very nice level, if you get my meaning. And... Alright, this is cycle-based.
You can do it. They're so cute.
So cute, but so deadly.
Oh, I love them.
So,
kitty demons.
this game doesn't have RNG, but it has cycles. So you kind of have to hope for good luck with your cycles. Anyway, climbing up a tile into a pipe again. So, we have to escort this ice block, like, all the way down.
It's an escort mission now?
Yeah, basically. And then we have to work with the cycle. There we go. And then... there we go. These are the best flames. Like, World 7 flames. These are my guys right here. They're they are chillin'.
Are these like the prototype to Cool Spot?
Oh god. When was that? God, when was that mascot invented?
Cool, alright. Cool Spot.
But these flames are literally cool because I am pushing ice blocks onto them. This is another level with an interesting setup. So we gotta set things up like that so we can push that, and it's a load-bearing ice that drops the big ice and gives you a block that you can push. This is the worst level in the game. I hate it.
You want to know the ironic thing? You could get there, by the way. I know you can do it.
Oh yeah, like, for sure. It's just, like... this level is a level.
Is definitely a level. The ironic thing is that in the West, Cool Spot and Fire and Ice came out literally within a month of each other.
Wow. That's wild. But yeah, this level is very precise, and there's a lot of very precise movement you have to do to not get trapped. And it's real easy to forget that. This is probably the level that I have practiced the most in this game.
I could definitely see why.
But we made it to the top. And we done it.
Yay!
Alright. So this is a cool setup to make. Oop, didn't mean to fall off. So we gotta get across. So we have to build a bridge, but we have to lay the foundation for the bridge. Now we have the foundation for another bridge. I messed that up. Alright. Messed it up a little, but it's fine. You didn't notice. You don't know how this level goes. You've never played this before.
Nope. I didn't notice. I thought that was just really cool looking. Like these little flames.
Yeah. Yeah, later worlds have like really cool setups. And they're not as cool when you're playing for the first time and tearing your hair out trying to figure out what to do. And you know, as a kid, I didn't get too far in this game because I was a kid and this game is hard. Yeah, don't let how like easily I'm doing this fool you. This game is actually pretty hard. Order of operations. I messed something up.
Oh no.
I didn't put a block where I needed one. So we're just gonna try this again. And this time we have the block. Hooray! Get through the stage and then find out at the end, oh, you missed something and you have to start all over. It's like a King's Quest game. Except not as big of a jerk. You ever play those old King's Quest games? The ones where if you like miss one thing or do one thing wrong, then like 5 hours later you have
I have definitely played point-and-click adventure games where that is definitely a thing that happens. And that's why, instead, I speedrun Loom, where that can't happen.
I see David TKI in the chat. He knows the score. What are you doing? I messed that up real bad. Okay, I clearly have lost the plot on this one. Sometimes just my brain decides that I don't know the answer to a puzzle, and then I'm just like, oh, guess I don't.
I mean, there's probably more than one way to ice a flame, right?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, that's one of the more complicated setups, and for some reason my brain decided I didn't know it anymore. You ever just run a game and then your brain decides you don't know how to do something, so you just get stuck?
Yes. Yes.
And you do it on a marathon, so you embarrass yourself in front of hundreds of
you're
people.
fine. We all support and love you, Dijon. And I'm sure all of us have been in that exact same situation. I know I went through it when I would run Vanguard Bandits, because there were some of those battles are extremely complicated, and if you like got like oh gosh, what was it? It was like the one that's the third from the end was like the one that is ridiculously complicated because you're fighting so many enemies at once, and you have to do the setup like very, very exactly to make sure that you're like, all right, cool, we're just gonna be in the middle of all the different the entire enemy troop, and we're just gonna have to hope that we get through this fast enough, and just hope that you out DPS everyone. And if you don't, well, we don't talk about what happens if you don't.
Yeah, some Pokemon speedruns I've done have some very complicated setups for battles, and like if you miss one thing, or if like if you forget one thing, then you're just kind of screwed. And then you just got fights where if you like, your opponent will just randomly get a crit, and then that's run over.
Yeah, any game like that where you have a whole bunch of, RNG on top of like everything else.
That's an important block that I put there in the corner.
Hidden. There was a hidden cool fire friendo.
Also, Dana's sprite gets cut off at the top if you...
Poor Dana. But that's like
the Switch Online version, that doesn't happen. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if it's like the emulator, or maybe they just cut off like the top half tile, since that's a common thing with NES games. That wrap is that they have a little like buffer tile. They may just cut that off. I'm not sure.
That's probably
also,
it.
New mechanic. These are black ice blocks.
Ooh.
So they move one space at a time, but they are indestructible. You can kill a flame with it and it's still alive. It can sit on top of a flaming jar. You cannot destroy it or create your own. And if it gets pushed onto ice, it will slide along all the ice.
Ooh, interesting.
So, it's a whole new ballgame with this thing. So, yeah, there's that flame jar is no problem for us because we can just block it off. This is a pretty simple level. I'd say simple, but like... I guess I say simple because it is a shorter solution than a lot of others are.
Yeah, with the black ice reset, they kind of, gave you some shorter levels to get used to the new mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yes, now we have Cyclops flame friendos. There you go. That's a good tongue twister. Flame friendos. That one's ooh.
That's that all-women marathon, right?
Yes.
You can also pretty easily stack the black ice blocks, because they'll stop on top of each other. Also, World 8, I call the flannel cat world because
Oh,
the
yes.
that is a very flannel background.
Yes. Yes, it would be very on brand for Cat, for sure.
Yeah, she was originally going to be on commentary for this, but couldn't make it. So, shoutouts to Kat. She's cool.
Oh, always shoutouts to Cat.
Now, black ice, as you can see, is also useful for making platforms with another ice block. Because, again, just two tile wide. Now, this is a solution I like. You can make a pretty neat little bridge by attaching ice to black ice blocks. Yeah, but yeah, creating an ice block next to a black ice block will, like, do this, treat it like it's a wall and hang on to it. Here's another very cycle-based boss.
Little ghost friends have umbrellas now.
Yeah, the umbrellas are not just for the aesthetic. You cannot drop ice blocks onto them. The umbrella protects them.
Such powerful umbrellas.
So we have to get them from the side.
Oh yeah, are those dragons or they kind of make me think of crows?
I think they're crows. There's definitely some bats.
They're kragons. They're both crow and dragon.
They're crow and Tom Servo.
But that's
Also,
like
the game.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying the game is very picky about hitting these moving enemies, so sometimes the game will just decide you didn't hit them. Anyway, what were you about to say?
I'm like, isn't like in Sword and Shield, isn't like the crow like knight one kind of like a crow and a dragon put together?
I mean, it's dragon and steel. Or not dragon and steel, flying and steel.
Flying and steel. Okay.
I'm glad to see someone appreciated my MST3K reference. Okay, and then this is the one that can ruin the entire level. Okay, thankfully it didn't. Like I said, sometimes it'll just decide you didn't hit the enemy. I've had it do that, and it's annoying because then you have to do that entire level again. Also, this is a very easy level, which is weird for 9-1. So this solution for this level is weird, and you'll kind of see why as the solution goes on. You really have to think outside the box on this one. Anyway, these flames are having an existential crisis. I do not blame them.
That's a mood.
Yeah. But yeah, we had to go, like, all over the place for this level. This is another neat one. So, we gotta set this up so that we can move this, but still have enough space to have an ice block on the wall, then push that to make a wall that we can push ice up against. This flame is about to meet its imminent doom. Hooray!
Hooray!
This is another one that'll really make you think. So, as you can see, we've gotta, like, put things in an order where you can block things from moving, and we can get down there with that ice. That one's one that's real easy to mess up. Did that slightly wrong, but it's fine. That was a little sketch, but I got it done.
There you go.
So we want to move the black ice back just a little bit so we can get a setup going over here. And now we want this guy to go down there and block that jar.
I like how it doesn't put out the jar. It just makes it so that way you cannot be affected by the heat of the jar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like, when DEU is saying in the chat, there's like a full-fledged level editor in this game. You can't save your levels in the US version, but the Japanese version has a save battery
Ooh.
to save the levels. No idea why they didn't put one in the US version. I mean, I guess to cut costs because it was a late NES game, but, like, I feel like a battery wouldn't have been that expensive at the time.
I don't know anything about 80s economics, and at this point I'm afraid to ask.
Well, this was 93.
Oh, 90s! That's right, that's right, we went over this, it's 93! It came out the same year as Cool Spot!
Yeah. And DuckTales too. This level, doesn't work the way you would think it would at first glance. So yeah. I also heard that there are, like, ROM hacks that people have made for this game, which does not surprise me, and also terrifies me.
Like they made like even more complicated puzzles.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But, like, given that the level editor exists, like, it's not really far-fetched to assume that people would make.
Oh, yeah.
I like this level entirely because you can just remove one ice block and then whoop.
Whoop is a good bit of onomatopoeia.
Whoop, there it is. This one is, like, one that's, like, deceptively simple. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think of this solution pretty quickly, but it's a very simple one at the same time. And we're on to the World 9 boss. I am seeing an emote, but I cannot tell what it is while I'm playing.
Oh my goodness! It's a 1K emote. And that is because, oh my goodness, the absolutely wonderful Sabera has donated $472. Thank you, Sabera.
Wow.
That's wonderful. Saying that this game has got me all fired up, even though work has got me on ice. So here's a hot donation to sew up a few incentives. That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and do some clicking around. So we do, speaking of incentives, we do have an incentive for later on. We do have an incentive within the next few games to give a dog a bone in Discworld. That is at 44 out of 300. And then right after that, we have to figure out what kind of Sonic sounds we'd like to use in Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited. Whether it's the Arctic Enhancement Pack, Nico voice, which if that's not Nico from video games, I will be sad. Or just original.
Nico's from video games.
I mean, it's just called Nico voice. I don't know what that means, but that's up to people, I guess, who want to donate for Sonic. But thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that a dragon?
Yeah.
All the boss monsters look so cool, but we never get to meet them, like in the speedrun.
Yeah, skip the cutscenes. But anyway, here's World 10. The final world. And then a giant palace with a head.
It was like a unicorn pig.
It rose from the ground.
Is it a dragon? It looks like a unicorn pig.
I don't know what it is. It's
a unipork instead of a unicorn.
Oh, I don't like the
mouthfeel of that one.
Yeah, that has bad mouthfeel.
We could do Unipiggy. It's like a piggy.
It's like
Unibore? It's like a boar.
It's like the Lost Wuzzle.
The Lost Wuzzle?
Yeah, the Wuzzles.
I know. Oh yeah, they had like the lion bee and everything, right? Or am I thinking of something different?
No, that's the one that had like the combinations. There was like Moosel, which was a moose and a seal,
Yeah.
and Bumbleion, which was the
Lion Bee. And Butterbear.
yeah,
With a bear and a butterfly.
and there was a
Hoppopotamus.
yeah. That's the one I was thinking of.
What's the name of the elephant?
I keep wanting to say Elleru.
Oh, it is Elleru. Okay, we have passed our 1985 cartoon test.
Exactly. Our 1985 cartoon that ran for one season. And then they made Gummy Bears. And
Gummy Bears is good. I will defend
Gummy Bears is good. Like, all those old Disney,
Yeah, the Disney afternoon shows were actually legit.
yeah.
I basically got to watch like a whole bunch of those because my grandma was very strict about what I was allowed to watch, but those were okay. I liked the Aladdin one the most.
Yeah, the Aladdin one is not on Disney Plus. Like, most of the others are, but not that one for some reason. I don't know why.
Mysteries.
But like, I've been rewatching like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on there. I mean, I have like the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and DuckTales DVDs and a bunch of others, but like, they never completed any of the series on DVD except for Tailspin. That's the only one that got every episode released on DVD. I don't know why that one, but
How many DVDs is that? Well, wait. They tried to hit for like 52 episodes, right?
65. A few of the shows have more than 65
okay.
because they had like a season elsewhere.
Mm.
And
The shows are fine, Hex. I'll validate your opinions. I liked Emperor's New School.
never watched that one. I was not of Disney Channel age at that time.
I mean, technically, I wasn't either, but I liked to stay up late, and I had no issues with watching cartoons late.
There's some of the, like, Saturday morning Disney cartoons that they don't have on there that are more obscure that I am upset. Like, they don't have Raw Tunage on there. Anyone remember Raw Tunage? Like, that was the, like... It was a show that had, like, a bunch of different Disney characters, like...
Oh, yeah.
They had, like, each episode was hosted by a different, Disney character. Like, there was one with, Scrooge. There was one that was, Don Carnage from Tailspin.
Yeah, there's looks like I'm just looking it up. Like this looks like there's like Bonkers and Marsupilami in there.
Yeah, that was where Bonkers started out, because that was before.
Oh.
I think that was before the
his spin-off series.
Yeah, because it was like, because the premise was that he, he was a cartoon star, and then like after that show got canceled, like he was like, they made the show where he was like a former cartoon star who became a cop, which is, unfortunate.
Yeah. Out of those sorts of shows, I liked House of Mouse. So there you go.
House of Mouse is good. I really liked the predecessor to that, Mickey Mouse Works. Like, a lot of the shorts they played in House of Mouse were originally from Mickey Mouse Works.
Yeah.
It was just a show of new shorts with all those classic cartoon characters. It was pretty good.
The current Mickey shorts are actually pretty good. Like, some of those are really funny and cute.
All I know from those is the
Well, hop. That clip is so good. I like how this unintentionally became Disney Afternoon.
Like, there's only so much you can say about flames and ice. Also, like, most of my runs devolve into talking about, 80s and 90s nostalgia.
I mean, this is 90s nostalgia. We established that earlier.
But Raw Tunage was a good show, and it is unfortunate that it is not available anywhere. Gotta stick this thing to the wall. It's just gonna be stuck there. This is a long level. It's kind of tedious and takes a while to build this bridge. Just doing the same thing over and over, basically. Basically testing your ability to work with the physics of black ice blocks.
Well, while you're doing that, do you mind if I read out some more donations that came in?
Go for it.
Wonderful. We got $6 from Anonymous. Thank you very much. We got $50 from the 8-Bit Theologian. Always super excited whenever Power Up with Pride comes around. Amazing runs for an amazing cause, and while the Trevor Project is all about saving lives, I don't think that applies to the animals in Super Metroid. Save those frames. Ooh, got some of that bid war spice starting up. But then, after that, we have a very, very generous $200 donation from Hempoli43, who simply says, "Thank you for a great event. Have a cool weekend." Well, thank you. You also have a cool and wonderful weekend with us. We will be here until Sunday night with all sorts of absolutely wonderful games and speedruns. So I hope all of you will stick around and just get nice and cozy with us. It's starting to be wintertime. It is the time for maximum amounts of cozy. Dijon, do you have a cozy suggestion? Like, how do you like to be cozy?
I don't know. I just kind of sit around and play video games and stuff.
I mean, that is indeed the theme of this marathon. Let's see. I mean, I definitely like all the seasonal treats. I'm very happy that it is peppermint bark season again. So I will go out of my way to like, especially the Ghirardelli peppermint bark. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, you know what? Those, the white fudge covered Oreos are probably back now.
I unfortunately, I am one of the people who just, I don't really like Oreos that much.
I'm not a big Oreo fan, but I love the white fudge covered ones.
I don't know. It's something about peppermint bark, especially if it's got like the good amount of crunch, as compared to like the chocolate.
I like that Twitter account that tweets like fake Oreo flavors.
No. Also, I did not compliment how cute these little our little flame friends are for this one. I like them.
Yeah.
You're very yum 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 yum. They would be all about the crunch. They would understand.
Oh god, spam Oreos.
No.
I don't like spam in general. I just
Cheeseburger Oreos. But what about the beauty that is limited edition Kit Kats, like those Japanese limited edition Kit Kats?
I don't like Kit Kats.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know what it is about it, because, like, I love Crunch bars, and they're basically the same thing, almost, but, like, I had something about Kit Kats I do not like.
I just want to try more flavors, but trying to get those imported would be a thing.
I read that out of the corner of my eye and read cringe friends instead of college friends. Which, I mean, for the situation.
See? Empoli got my back. Have a crunch. Though my personal favorite for outside of peppermint bark, which is seasonal, I do like the Take 5 bars, where it's basically it's a pretzel and peanuts and peanut butter and then caramel, and they dip it all in chocolate.
Yeah, I like Take 5.
So crunchies. So crunchy.
Gotta set up a lot of little stairs in this level. Also, we're gonna play Angry Birds for a moment. And, okay, we did it. Alright, 10-9. This is one of the longest levels, and you can kind of see the number of flames going here.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, well, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I counted them all before you got rid of the one I was counting. Ooh, people talk about salted chocolates. I love sea salt of chocolate.
I'm not... That's another one that's not for me.
That's fair.
Okay. I screw this one up a lot. Don't screw this one up, Allison.
You can do it.
Ah, I didn't screw it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That little corner is, like, so complicated, and I always have trouble, like, remembering how to get the setup correct. No matter, like, how much I practice it. It always gets me. Yo, it's a Xandra raid!
Hello, Xandra and friends. Welcome to Winter Pride. We're here with Dijon. We're running Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Yeah! We have a lot of absolutely wonderful games coming up this afternoon. I'll go ahead, drop that schedule link in chat. So please come in and get very, very cozy with us. And please tell us what you think is the best way to be cozy.
And also your favorite Disney afternoon shows.
Yes, that too. But no more like weird Oreos. We're good. And one thing I do like is that it's officially, hoodie season all the time. I need to get
not here yet.
Not where you are. Where I am, it is. I live up north, so it's been hoodie season for a little while.
I live in Texas, the second most forsaken state around here. The first one, obviously, being Florida.
Let's see.
Anyway, 10-9 is done.
Yay!
Time for 10-10, the final level.
Dun dun dun! Dijon, are we sure about this?
This is, welcome to the most anticlimactic final level of all time. Now we've got the final boss, Droodle himself.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I love this sprite. This sprite is fantastic. Oh, I see. Droodle has like a whole big wave of fire that goes through.
The fire snake.
Fire snake!
Okay, I'm gonna play it safe and wait for the fire snake, because it is possible to get down in time, but the timing is really weird, and the way it works like pushing anything else, where it like freezes you in place, so you can't move out of the way or anything.
What kind of genre is Fire Snake as a band?
It sounds vaguely Dragon Force like. And I'm gonna play it safe and wait for the next. Anyhow, this is gonna be the final hit, and as soon as I hit, it'll be time.
GG!
We did it! We
did
saved
it!
Coolman's Island.
I can't believe. Oh wait, this is so out of sync because I'm watching off the restream and not off your direct feed.
No.
Whoops. Forgot about courage and wisdom.
You did it, Dana, with the most nonplussed face.